15 signs someone is still thinking about you.
Broadcasting daily around the world with ancient wisdom and cutting-edge success and nothing less science. This is Law of Attraction Secrets. Join Miracle Mentor and Alchemy Life Coach Robert Zink. Prepare to be empowered. Live the life you desire. Attract the success you deserve. Experience love, a better relationship, abundance, and prosperity. Now, here is your mentor of light, Robert Zink.
Hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whatever time you're listening to this special Law of Attraction podcast, I am your miracle mentor, your mentor of light, Robert Zink, soaring high like a big, beautiful eagle in the direction of your dreams and your goals, inviting you to come on up and join me, achieve more, have more, be more, manifest more. And today we're talking about 15 signs that someone is still thinking about you. We did a podcast a while back ago called 15 Signs Someone is Thinking About You. And we started going through the podcast and we realized that these were very good signs. Some of them were quite obvious. So in this podcast, we're going to share with you some signs that are not so obvious. And, look, if you're in a relationship, if you have broken up from a relationship, if you've applied for a job but you haven't heard from the company yet, these signs can be a huge, huge revelation to you. They can keep you on path, keep you on track, keep you focused in the direction of your dreams and your goals. So I don't know what you're going through right now, but I'm ready to share these signs with you. And some of them, again, are going to seem a little bit esoteric, but I want you to pay attention because they're very important and they're very, very real. Number one, if you're thinking about someone all the time, you can't get them out of your head, there is a strong chance that they are also thinking about you. Remember, we live in a vibratory universe, and thoughts are things. Thoughts are vibration. So there's a very, very big chance that someone is thinking about you, and that's causing you to think about them even more than you would normally do. Okay, just pay attention to that. Number two, emotional bursts of energy out of the blue. In other words, you're just going through your day and you have this emotional burst of energy. You just feel total passion or total love or total excitement. And you feel a lot more physical energy pouring through your body. That's a very, very big sign that someone is thinking about you. And that thought of theirs is kind of like unlocking you, unlocking your potential and your energy field. So if you experience this emotional burst of energy, it's a very good sign. Someone is still thinking about you. I am Robert Zink, your miracle mentor, your mentor of light. Want to remind you to claim your 30 minutes of miracle mentoring and alchemy life coaching. You might as well find out exactly what we can do together to empower your life, to help you with your relationship, to help you with your career, your business, money, health, vitality, whatever it is that's important to you, it's important to us. So visit us at lawofattractionsolutions.com, fill out this simple little form, and claim your 30 minutes of miracle mentoring and alchemy life coaching, and we will talk and find out exactly how a regular, empowered mentoring program can change your life for the better. Okay? Number 3, stumbling upon something that is a unique sign to you. It might not be a sign to me, but it would be a sign to you. For example, a white feather. A white feather is oftentimes a universal sign that someone is communicating with you. Someone is thinking of you. But there are other signs. You might find a special coin with somebody's birth date on it. And that can mean so much. That's like a huge sign that someone is thinking about you. But there are other signs as well. You might find a bottle cap of somebody's favorite beverage, and you just know that that is a sign. So whatever it is, you might find a book in a library that somebody you've been thinking about or maybe dated was looking for that book or loved that book. And there it is, staring at you. And you just know that the universe is speaking to you. What is the universe saying? Someone is still thinking about you. Perhaps in your relationship with this person, you have shared a very special food or a beverage or a drink or something. All of a sudden, you find yourself out of the blue having a craving for that food that you shared together. And normally you don't crave that food. Normally you don't even think about it. But now you crave it. And I know my own personal journey, I was thinking about some mussels before Rachel and I were together. We had shared mussels a few times together, and we both like mussels, especially when they're in garlic sauce and all of that. And before we were together, I didn't know whether she was thinking about me. But one day, in the middle of the afternoon, I had a craving for mussels. Now, I'm certain she wasn't thinking of mussels at that time. But guess what? She was thinking of me. And the universe used that little common experience of sharing mussels together as a way of communicating to me that she was thinking of me. So cravings can be a huge sign. Number 5, the person that you are thinking about or wondering about hasn't been spotted with anyone else as of yet. In other words, they're not dating anybody else. They haven't hired anybody else. There's nobody else in your place. The reason is that there's a likelihood, a big likelihood, that they are thinking about you. Well, an obvious one, but I had to put it in here, is drunk dialing or butt dialing. In other words, you get a call or a text from someone and they call you back immediately and say, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I still had your phone number in my phone and I accidentally called you. Well, they didn't accidentally call you. They were trying to reach you. They've been thinking about you. Now, drunk dialing is a little bit different. That's obvious. They're thinking about you. And because they have had a few drinks, they're now more open to just following through on whatever it is they want to do, which might be a call at 2:00 in the morning. But it is a sign, nonetheless, that they are still thinking of you. Perhaps you've talked to somebody recently, and you wonder if they still think about you. And in the conversation, they start reminiscing about different things that you have done together, things that you had experienced together. If the person begins to reminisce, they are thinking about you, and I mean big time, huge. They are really thinking about you. If you receive a text or an email or a card or something on your birthday or a holiday or a special day, that's a sign that they're thinking about you. They have that day marked. There's your birthday. I got to send them a card. Haven't talked to them in 6 months, but I got to send them a card. Got to send her a card. And if you get it from a prospective employer, it's a sign that they have your birth date already in their file system. And you got a card from them. You're on their list. They are thinking about you. Well, number 10 on my list is, and this is weird, you're just driving along, or perhaps you're sitting in your house, and all of a sudden you smell their perfume or their cologne. It's kind of eerie. I mean, it is. It's a little bit on the eerie side, but it is absolutely marvelous when that happens, because it's as if they are thinking about you, not all the time, but they're thinking about you right now, and they're thinking about you with a huge amount of intensity.
This is the #1 podcast on personal empowerment, success, and the law of attraction. You're listening to the Miracle Mentor of Light, Robert Zink.
Have you had a clock stop or a watch stop for no reason at all? Look at the numbers. Look at the numbers. Look at what time it stopped. That's a message. And oftentimes, it's a message from the universe that someone is thinking about you still. They are still, even after all this time, thinking about you. Number 12, an old photo pops up. You're going through some stuff. There's an old photo. You just, wow, you didn't expect it. Or a photo that you thought you had deleted on your phone or your computer pops up for no reason at all. That's a sign, a big sign, that they are still thinking of you. Hey, how about this one? If they, say, drove a red Volkswagen, and everywhere you go, you see a red Volkswagen, and sometimes you even think you might see them in it, even if you're in a different city or town, that's a huge sign. I mean, a big sign that they are thinking of you. Do you run into cashiers or other people that have the same name? That is a sign they are thinking of you. They still are. And number 15 on the list, if you have been thinking about them and within the next 6 to 8 hours you notice that your ear is ringing, you get a ringing in your ear, that's them thinking about you, maybe even talking about you, but they're thinking about you for certain. It's a big sign. By the way, an itching in one eye or the other, another sign that they are thinking of you. So there's a lot of these signs. I've given you 30 between these two podcasts. If somebody is still thinking about you, you have a wonderful opportunity to build a bridge, whether it's for your career or whether it is for a personal relationship. I urge you to claim your 30 minutes of miracle mentoring and Alchemy life coaching at www.lawofattractionsolutions.com. Thank you so much for listening. This podcast wouldn't be anything without you. Be sure and subscribe on iTunes, on Blog Talk Radio, on Stitcher, and of course on YouTube. Thank you so much for sharing it as well on your Facebook page. You have a wonderful day because you deserve it. Bye-bye now.